Hey guys, this is Skylar with Gmod. I'm here with Max Schafer, the CEO of Runic Games, and they're here showing off Torchlight 2, which is about to come out. And as everyone knows, it's one of the most modded games out right now, and we're very, very excited to see what changes are made and what we can do with the new engine. So, Max, you want to talk about what you guys have done recently? I know you announced a new class, or new class, right?
Yep.
So.
So we're here showing the most recently announced class, which is the Ember Mage, who's sort of a traditional sorcerer, sorceress, depending. Uses elemental magics, fire, ice, electricity. Sorry, my brain's going. And we're also showing the second act of the game. Basically, the game's divided into 3 major acts, each with its own hub city and terrain around it. And we're showing the first glimpse of the second act in the game, and it's sort of a desert city and a desert areas around it. And we're also showing our multiplayer action, which is either via internet multiplayer or LAN, and we're actually playing LAN games here at the show.
Does the multiplayer, are the mods multiplayer support modding as well?
Absolutely. We think that the modding community will actually be much more vigorous this time around because you can actually play with your friends in the mods you've made. So we definitely support it. We are releasing our development tools with the game again, just like we did last time, and there's actually more that you can do with them this time. So yeah, we expect modding to be a huge part of it.
Any upgrades on the engine? Anything new we can expect from the engine?
Well, the engine is the same basic engine and technology that we used with Torchlight 1, which means it runs on your old machine and your old laptops. And we have made a few little adjustments here and there, though, that let it run a little bit better. We learned a little bit when we were doing the Xbox port. But it is the same basic technology, so it will run on the old machines. That's the important thing. And on your good high-end gaming machines, it's just that much smoother also.
So a lot of mods out there right now. Obviously you play Torchlight 1 quite a bit, obviously. Are there any kind of mods you prefer to play with, or anything you want to, any shout outs you want to make to the community?
Well, you know what I really like to play is our mods that people make different quests and events that happen in the levels. I think some of the most powerful part of the tools are the sequences that you can make just, you wouldn't call a quest, but just what happens when you walk into a room with secret doors and traps and monsters spawning out of things. And those are simple for the modding community to do, and they're big bang for the buck.
So the storyline this time, a little more robust than last time?
Yeah, I would say that we're not a story-heavy game, and we never want to be a story-heavy game, but we want the story that we have to actually make sense. So this time we actually hired a writer. And so it's a more compelling storyline, but it's still an action game, first and foremost.
Does the story change at all depending on what class you are?
No, it's the same, and it takes off from where Torchlight 1 ended. So the town of Torchlight has actually been destroyed in this one, and you have to find out why, and you find out basically through NPCs that include the player characters from the first game.
Okay. Very cool. So you mentioned, wanting to see mods that have more scripts and more dialogue and some more quest-based mods. Can those plug into the single-player game as well? And then, can those plug into the single-player game as well? And if so, can you share those in a way that everyone can add to that experience, add to the storyline?
Yeah, there's really no difference between the single-player and the multiplayer game. So any mod that you make for a multiplayer game, you just make a single-player game and it will automatically work. Of course, you can't share it with your friend then because it's a single-player game, right. But you can give it to them. And yeah, modding, adding and subtracting mods will be very, very easy. It'll be easy to see when joining a game, for example, what mods the person who started the game has, so that you can synchronize it up and play with them on an equal footing.
Right. So you say that adding and subtracting mods is really easy to do. Installing mods, we're actually working on a client, as I'm sure you know. Yep. Will installing multiplayer mods differ in any way? Is there any kind of sync system that will happen to make sure the mods are compatible between the two players?
No, you do have to synchronize your mods, but we're just going to leave that up to the player and make it very easy to see what the other people have, so it's easy to go get them. We, like always, we kind of have to have a little bit of distance from the mods officially ourselves, sure. So we're just going to make it as easy as possible for people and let them run with it.
Well, we're looking forward to it. It's awesome. We've played the crap out of Torchlight 1, and looking forward to playing the same thing at Torchlight 2. So
cool.
Anything else to the mod community you want to any shout outs you want to make?
Oh, just thanks guys for all that you do for us. You keep us from having to make endless expansions and let us get on to new and better things, and just keep it up. And we'll be releasing this year. It'll be $20 again, on Steam and on our site at first, and then percolating into boxes later on.
Any idea on the Xbox when we'll expect to see an Xbox port?
No, we're going to get done with this. We're going to do a Mac port first. That's a simple, trivial matter. And then we're going to let the dust settle and see what makes sense for us to do next, whether it's Xbox, whether it's Torchlight MMO, or something completely new. We just kind of have to get a little bit of rest and a clear head and decide what's best for our community and for our company.
Right. Well, from Gmod and the mod community, we love you guys, and thank you very, very much.
Right on. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.